Hello everybody. Rustic Rebel here. Been a while since I've posted any videos, but I got away from it for a little bit because I was doing a little experiment to see how things would work, and I figured today would be a good day to kind of let people in on it. Some people know that I struggle with anxiety and panic disorder for 23 years, since I was in the Air Force. They put me on all kinds of Zoloft, sertraline, Paxil, Xanax. The only thing that ever worked was Xanax. So I was on that for 23 years. But I did an experiment last year, and somewhere around January, I guess it was. I decided I want off the Xanax. I don't want to do that no more. My doctor was all for that. At the same time, I was also on a ketogenic diet. I had already been on the keto diet for about a year, and came off the Xanax. I realized rather quickly that maybe the anxiety and the panic was not the big problem. It was the Xanax. That was the toughest thing I've ever done in my life. That maybe one day I'll do a video, full story on what I went through, but suffice it to say that I don't wish that on my worst enemy. Period. It's terrible. But make a long story short, I'm done. I'm over with that. About 6 months in, I got put on Wellbutrin, which helped out quite a bit. Helped release that, and I was able to think a little more clearly. By this time, I had already lost 85 pounds on the keto diet. Feeling pretty good in my body and everything. Still having a lot of anxiety and panic symptoms, racing thoughts. Couldn't figure it out. I'm on Wellbutrin. I'm off the Xanax. I thought this stuff was supposed to get better. Well, some of my research suggests that cutting out everything but meat and water will help reset everything. Some people call it the carnivore diet. Some people call it the lion diet. One of the guys I listen to is called the proper human diet. Either way. So I slowly, over the next few months, started slowly taking everything out. Things were getting a little better, but not much. Until 14 days ago, I pulled the plug and said, you know what, let's do it. What have I got to lose? But I got everything to gain. So 14 days ago, I went to eating nothing but meat. Fatty meat. I'm talking 80-20 ground beef. If I can get it, 75-25 or 73-27. Lots of brisket with no seasons or anything on it. Steak, chuck steak, ribeyes, stuff like that. That's all I would eat. Water, salt, and some coffee. Things were getting a little better, but I was noticing I was having pretty good hunger pains. And come to find out, I found out I wasn't eating enough. I did a little calorie check, and I was only doing like 800 to 1200 calories a day. So yeah, was starving a little bit. Once I figured up the numbers, I started adding eggs into the mix and more hamburger patties. Steak, it's a little out of my budget right now, but I still eat it every chance I get. Now I've bumped my calories up to nearly 2,200 a day, 2,500, and that was a magic pill. This is not medical advice for anybody out there. This is just my story. This is what happened to work for me. But I am human, so it's bound to work for others too. But over this last 14 days, I have noticed almost a complete halt to catastrophizing. I still have physical symptoms and the thoughts, but my brain works so much better that I can stop those in their track and that's a funny thought. I can't believe I ever entertained that before. Yeah, go on about my day. Enthusiasm is back. I'm doing things that I've figured, well, I've already put it down. I'll never have an interest in that again. No, that's all coming back too. In some ways, starting to get back to normal baseline, I think, in the back of my mind, what could happen, what would happen if it comes back? I don't think it will. Because once you feel it and you realize it, your body's thinking, oh, this normal feeling is really weird. But you can override that, because that normal feeling feels so good, you can say, I'd rather feel this. I want to feel this way. And I give all the credit to God, for one. Been one of my biggest prayers. It took a long time for me, myself, to learn the lesson. But He gave me the wisdom to keep looking and keep searching to find the solution. It's a rather simple solution. It's all natural food products, you know. Single ingredient whole foods. I'm not saying that vegetables are bad. I'm going to say that when I cut them out, things got better. And they're getting better. These videos that I do are every one of them off the cuff. There's no script, there's nothing to them. I just wanted to make this first little video real quick to let people know that have been watching my videos. I haven't gone anywhere. I just took a break to do an experiment and didn't want to say nothing unless I knew the experiment was going to work. And so far it's spot on. I'm down another 10 pounds almost, so that puts me down to nearly 95 pounds over the last 2.5 years. Started out at 265. I was 178 last night or the night before. Feeling good. I don't know if it'll help my looks any, but who cares? I'm the only one that's got to live with this face. The other good thing too is learning, when your brain starts working better, you get better at taking your thoughts captive and bringing them under the submission of the will of God, which is, I'm fully grateful for that. And that's another thing, gratitude. I'm able to concentrate and meditate more on what God has to say and what He's teaching me, and listen for His voice, because my brain is not all fogged up with these negative thoughts running constantly. Brain fog is finally lifting. It's great stuff. I don't know how else to put it. And anybody can do it. This diet, a lot of people are using it to cure everything from mental illnesses to long-term, what do they chronic diseases, autoimmune disorders. They're using it for epilepsy, fixing Alzheimer's. Diabetes is totally reversible with it. IBS, Crohn's, lupus. I mean, the list goes on. It's just amazing. And if anybody's interested, just put a question or note in the comments and I'll try to answer it. I'll send you some links to some of the people that I've listened to and learned about this stuff, because I'm no excuse me, I'm no expert. All I can tell you is my story, and it's working, and it's working well. As a matter of fact, this was my last week. This last week was my last week on Wellbutrin. I am now 100% and totally drug-free of any drug. I do not take anything. I don't even take supplements. Meat, salt, water, and some coffee. Oh, yeah, whiskey once in a while. But for the most part, it's just meat, salt, water, eggs. Who would have thought? Thank God. Pray for each and everybody out there. Keep your head up, your eyes on Him. And believe it or not, it will work out in the end. I love y'all. Thanks for watching. God bless.